Sorry, Steve. Good speech, guy.
Thanks.
I love you, man. Thank you, Frank and Mimi, for giving me the honor of being best man at one of the most important events in your life. Your wedding. For those of you who don't know, I met Frank 30 years ago. I remember I was in a playground. It was a beautiful summer's day in Montreal. Like lots of 5-year-old, 30 plus 5, 35. Lots of 5-year-old kids at the time. I was playing in the sandbox with my Tonka toy truck. Who we kidding, right, Frank?
It's good. It's good. You're a good best man.
Actually, for all the ladies in the room, Frankie and I used to be the men in uniform that you all drool over. Right, Frank?
That's right. Harry Burskin.
No, not firemen. Frank and I first met in the changing of the guards in Ottawa. You know, the black bearskin hats, the red tunics, the marching on Parliament Hill, the standing on guard for the Governor General's residence. You know those guys. Some of them are girls too. Those were good times, weren't they, Frank?
The best.
Thank you. I hope they were good times. I had good times. Unfortunately, after that, Frankie and I lost touch. I left for Toronto for a few years. I came back to Montreal. I met my lovely future wife-to-be, Marie-Lise. We showed this couple how to kiss. That was back in 1989. 4 years passed. Then, as fate would have it, Marie-Lise and I were invited to a wine tasting at a winemaking store in NDG, and guess who was there? It was a good 10 years since we'd seen each other, but it was like old times again. We caught up on what we'd been up to. We told stories, we laughed, we had fun, but most importantly, this time, we promised we wouldn't lose touch. Frank was the guy that got friends together. It could be for a night out at the movies, a camping trip in Gatineau Park, fishing with the boys in Saint-Jean-des-Piles, a New Year's bash in the Eastern Townships, or just a get-together at his place. Frank is my best friend. He was the best man at my wedding. He's loyal. It's going to sound very familiar, Stevie. Trustworthy. Generous. Good-natured. Sympathetic. Funny. And really lucky. Steve, you're stealing my lines, guy. And we didn't talk about it before.
You guys are stealing my lines, though.
So lucky, in fact, that after 40 days and 40 nights of rain, 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 that on his wedding day, the clouds parted and the sun came out. I think they're calling for rain for the rest of the week after tomorrow. And of course, lucky enough to have met Mimi. And I leave it to Frank to tell that story.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I love you both.